Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Blues Over Booze. It's been a while since we last broadcast. Since then, there's been 5 games. In fact, as it stands, we are currently only lost 1 in 15. We've only lost 1 of the last 12 home games, and we're unbeaten in 6 away games. So there you go. So now over to Shane to burst my bubble with his negativity.
What do you want me to say?
Well, I mean,
Wimbledon.
Well, yeah. Let's start off with the each game then. So yeah, Wimbledon was the first one.
Yeah, Wimbledon was straightforward enough, wasn't it? It was an easy day out. 3-0, no real trouble. Can't remember that much about it.
Yeah, well, obviously because you thought it was 0-0 when we discussed it a minute ago. So I mean, it was it was one of those games. Wimbledon have been on a pretty good run recently, so we didn't really know what to expect. But yeah, we done the job. It was fantastic. We were without Ranger, which is obviously going to become a more common thing. I thought Fortuné was excellent in his place, and yeah.
Well, yesterday as well. Well, he should have had a hat trick.
Well,
he's the only player I know who can trap a ball, run rings around defenders. Then when he has to run with the ball, he falls over the bloody thing.
Well, that's the thing. That's the only problem I have with Ranger. I think with Fortuné. I think generally his all-round play, he does offer more than Ranger does a lot of the time. But yeah, it seems like obviously he did score the goal, but apart from that, even then, watching it at the time, I was convinced he was going to mess it up. But every single time he's in a brilliant position, he just seems to faff about with it for ages and then mess it up.
Exactly.
And which is why we do clearly need another striker.
We're in the market for another striker.
Absolutely, yeah. But overall, I've been really pleased with him.
I thought Charlton was a bit of a disappointing game. So I fully expect us to win that, and that was very disappointing. I expect us to win. Mr. Negativity expect us to win.
Yeah.
Which was probably why it was so disappointing. But
obviously, it was the 89th minute, wasn't it, as well, when they scored. In fact, wasn't that the game where didn't Fortuné miss a header literally seconds before their?
Yeah, and they went down the field and stuck it in, didn't they?
Yeah. So.
Swindon, I didn't go to. You're on your own now. I missed that one.
Yes, Mark, we are playing very well at the moment, I'm glad to say.
Maybe Fortuné will be more confident now he has scored.
Maybe, but then he had...
His record doesn't suggest it, does it?
Because he had those similar chances later on about 3 times during the game yesterday, and again, just did what he normally does, just basically faffed about.
I don't think you'd put your house on him if he was one-on-one with the keeper, would you?
No. But then, I mean, you could have said the same about McGlashan. I mean, he even admitted himself after he scored at Oldham that he was ready for the follow-up because he knows he's rubbish at shooting, and but obviously he's scored again since then. That was a
poor yesterday when the sending off was ridiculous. Stupid boy. Stupid boy.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, do you really think that that he wouldn't have done that? He wouldn't have sent him off if he wasn't trying to even things up.
Yeah, he would have sent him off for that, definitely.
Yeah, but then didn't Lunds do basically exactly the same thing?
Before half time, but he bottled that, didn't he?
Yeah. So the referee was just poor all over.
Cox is on fire. Cox scored a good goal yesterday, but he's also very lazy.
I don't agree with that. Well, I mean, he might be a bit lazy. Obviously, you think everyone's lazy.
Wordsworth was good yesterday, wasn't he? He was quality, wasn't he? What a sack of shit yesterday. Never got in the game. 1 free kick hit the bar. He came off with his actual football kick yesterday was cleaner when he came off the pitch than when he went on it.
So, as I did say right at the start, obviously, I was feeling quite positive previously, so I knew that Shane would soon burst that bubble. Let's go back to Cox first of all.
Yes.
I think, at the moment, Cox is absolutely on fire. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. He took a while to settle in, but he's now our top scorer, 8 goals, I think it is, and all quality finishes as well. And Fortuné did look ready for bed in the second half. That's a fair comment. And Wordsworth have been poor for 4 games. Well, now we've got Timlin.
Princess Tippy Toes.
So yeah, a bit of competition, but yeah, but you can't deny. Well, you can because you will, but you can't deny that yeah, earlier in the season that Wordsworth was our best player for a while, and at the moment I'll say Cox is. You know, he is absolutely on fire, and there were a few people calling for him to be taken off during the game yesterday, but I was just like, are you mad? He's the one player. Yeah, he's the one player who is most likely to actually get us a goal out of nothing at the end, and so be it.
It was a good finish.
Yeah, set up nicely by Coker, who you don't want in the team.
Good finish. I don't want Coker, but it'd be unfair to drop Tim in. Unless you move Tim into midfield now and put Coker in, but it'd be unfair to Tim. Timmy's done nothing wrong at left back, I don't think.
Yeah.
I like his energy and his aggression.
Yeah.
Coker's a bit too airy-fairy.
Yeah, but I mean, the main thing about Coker, and I do think Timlin has made quite a few mistakes at left back as well, but because none of them have led to goals, no one's really said anything. But I always said that the main thing for me is that Coker gives us so much more going forward, and he must have set up like 5 chances after he came on yesterday. But I agree, yeah, that the last few weeks Wordsworth hasn't done a great deal. So now we've got that Dragon's Den more important than us. Still no book on the coffee table. Yeah, well, you still haven't paid us enough money. Can Shane sort his footwear out? 3. Look, I'm sorry, I can't see that. We're not going to be able to see those questions until later now because we're not going to be able to answer them. As I've said before, we can only see the first few lines of any long comment on the screen. So
we only put the book on the table if you pay him money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I don't know what your other 2 are, but we can answer them next week, Andrew. Anyway, where are we? Yeah, Wordsworth has been disappointing. I think the last few weeks, but it's good now that now that Coker's back, that we have got that competition. I would definitely consider starting Timlin alongside Leonard. Yeah, on against Bolton. I mean, what better player to have coming off the bench? Wordsworth anyway. So yeah, I would definitely consider that.
Well, let's go on to the Sheffield United game then.
Yeah, well,
what does Mr. Brown do? Changes the formation.
Yeah,
I've got something. We was talking to Tilly at half time because I was in the director's box on that day talking to him and the chapter. He thinks Brown changed the formation to accommodate all 3 strikers.
Quite possibly, because I mean, when I was looking at the team and I was going down and I saw Fortunate and I was like, oh bloody hell! But then I saw Cox and Ranger as well, and I was like, oh, excellent, because I knew McLaughlin was missing. But then I was like, I hope that doesn't mean he changed it to 4-3-3 though, and of course he did. I mean, personally, I don't think that affected the result, and obviously we did change to 4-4-2 later on.
No, what affected the result is we can't really defend from free kicks and corners.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just typical Brown. I mean, time and time again, we go 13 games unbeaten playing 4-4-2, so he then changes it, and then people will see that he's changed it and we've lost, and whether that is the reason or not, but it's just so frustrating. Why does he have to change it? Just stick to bloody 4-4-2.
Here. Do it yesterday because he had to, I think. It would have been interesting to see what he'd done if Ranger had been available. Although he's not going to be available for a while.
Well, no. But we've had a couple of questions pop up anyway about Oxley.
Would I keep Smith in goal if Oxley's fit?
Yeah,
yes.
that's
but he won't. He'll put Oxley back in. If he does, the first thing he's got to do is get Ted out on loan somewhere. Yeah. Get him some games.
Absolutely.
If he's happy to have Bexon on the bench when Oxley's not injured and Ted's in goal, then you can quite happily put Bexon on the bench when Oxley comes back. That's my opinion. I'd love to see Ted stay in goal. I don't think he's done anything wrong.
Absolutely. I think he's been terrific, and he's definitely improved since earlier in the season.
I just think his kicking at times could be a little bit better.
Yeah, but then Simon Royce, when he started for us in the Championship, and his kicking was awful. No. But Smith, we know he's only going to get better, and he desperately needs games. If that's for us in the first team, fantastic. But yeah, if not, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we do bring Oxley back just for his experience. But yeah, we absolutely cannot afford to have Smith sitting on the bench in my opinion. And whatever happens the rest of this season, I think the start of next season, Smith has got to be in a position to be pushing very hard to be number one. And I'll be very disappointed if he's not.
Thing is, if you get promoted, he wouldn't be, would he? He's
Probably not.
He's not ready for Championship football, is he?
Yeah, I know, but that's why he needs the he desperately needs to get more experience now. If he can get that experience in League One, then fantastic. So anyway, back to Sheffield United. So frustrating at the end. I mean, I don't expect we would have got anything out of it anyway. But obviously we we made it 4-2 late on, and terrific from McGlashan. He just wouldn't give up. But then even after that, in the last couple of minutes, we had hit the bar from long range, and we had like another goalmouth scramble. One of those, oh my God, how do we not score moments?
Yeah,
we seem to have several.
It was too late.
Oh yeah, I know, but it certainly made it a bit more interesting anyway. But at the end of the day, Sheffield United are a good team, and we still beat them 5-4 on aggregate.
They were a better team than when we played them up there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a totally different level. I mean, last time when we won 3-0 at their place early in the season, what did they do the very next day? They spent $500,000 on a new goalie. We can't afford to do that. And like they brought on Sammy Carruthers, their new signing. So they are just totally different level, and they're one of those teams. It doesn't matter how rubbish they are going to get promoted at some point, and that's that. Although you may have said that about Coventry a couple of years ago, and they're now bottom of the league.
They were 3-4, weren't they?
So on to yesterday.
Yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with us yesterday, to be honest with you. I didn't think we were that great. I'm still trying to figure out how we got away with the win. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I thought second half we gave them too much respect. We stood off them too much. Wordsworth in particular was just running around a little patch in the middle of the park, not picking anybody up, not doing any of the dirty work, any of the donkey work. Atkinson was covering up for him. And when all of a sudden you put Tim in the midfield, you brought on Coker, you got a bit of bite in midfield, you got Coker good. All of a sudden we started creating chances again.
Yeah,
we get the win.
It did make a lot of difference. I mean, I've always said, regardless of what I think about the Coker, Timlin situation, left back, whatever, I've always said, Timlin is probably my favourite player, and I would always want to have him somewhere in the team, and even if at the expense of Leonard, because still none of us know what he's done or what he knows about Phil Brown that warrants him never ever.
To be fair to Leonard, he's looked a bit better in the last couple of
years. He has. But we're basically saying any two out of Leonard, Wordsworth, and Timlin in the middle. But obviously, in Brown's eyes, it's anyone alongside Leonard, anyone out of Timlin and Wordsworth. But yeah, certainly it's a good place to be, and obviously the transfer window is open, but we're pretty much we're not missing anyone major at the moment anyway, apart from obviously Ranger, and we don't know what's going to happen with him.
It's going to be out for a while, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, I read a lot of comments from Rochdale saying if we'd taken our chances, we should have won and all the rest of it. But we could easily have been 4-0 up after half an hour.
Yeah.
And it was only, obviously we were 1-0 up. Then they had the sending off as well. It was only after then McGlashan was sent off as well that they got, as you would expect, a little bit more into it. But even then, I mean, by half time, I think it could have been 6-2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is my argument about Fortune. You give him 10 chances in a game, he might score one.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing with him. That's his whole career, isn't it?
Oh I agree.
And he nearly messed it up yesterday, didn't he? Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought he was going to, but thankfully he's alongside Cox, who is absolutely on fire at the moment, I thought Fortuné was brilliant against against Wimbledon.
Yes.
But yeah, we obviously can't rely on him for lots of goals. As I said earlier in the season, I think Fortuné is only going to play when Ranger's not available.
So he's going to be in the side for a while for now, then.
Well, yeah, unless we bring another striker, of course. Under no circumstances would I want Carlton Cole anywhere near our club. One of the biggest donkeys I've ever seen in my life.
My opinion is we should be going for the boy Kindy at Barnet.
Yeah,
big lump, quick, scores goals.
Yeah. Apart from anything, I mean, even if Carlton Cole wasn't utter dog shit in my opinion, we have got like a few like older players, more experienced players, and yeah, I think we need. It would be good to have someone like a Kindy, someone who's a bit younger, but like a really good prospect. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I've not seen a lot of names in the face. Oh, I did see Frank Newball was apparently watching the game on Saturday. We definitely don't want him. He's at Gillingham at the moment, and if you can't even get in their team, then definitely don't want him in ours. But don't know about any other names. Not really
no, I haven't heard anything at the moment.
No, obviously we won't be signing Jay Simpson. Whether that's much of a loss or not, I don't know.
Brown doesn't do that league, does he? Brown doesn't go into non-league. That's the trouble, mate.
I don't. Yeah, that's one of the things which, yeah, I personally consider negative. I don't think. Yeah, Brown just doesn't know that level. That's why I was concerned when he joined us in League Two.
Brown doesn't, but Coco does.
Well, yeah,
Coughlin understands it.
That's true.
Ricky Duncan must know a bit about it, surely.
It's true. It is strange that I mean, obviously under Tilly, for example, we only ever used to sign like non-league players, basically, generally local ones, because he knew all about that scene. But yeah, Brown only ever seems to go with players with.
He goes for under 21 players from the Championship, from the Premier League, who come down to us and who are, in Darren's words, out of dog shite. The boy King from Swansea. He's obviously a savvy footballer, but he's no good for us.
No.
Glenn, what's his name last year? The boy with
Glenn Kamara.
Kamara, another one. Not good. We don't need him. Why have him? Bring some of ours through. Jack Bridge.
Yeah, definitely.
The other young kids in the under 21s or youth teams.
Yeah.
Surely some of them must be up for it, but Brown doesn't want to do that. No.
No, he does want players who have either youngsters or older players who have got experience of playing at a high level, which I don't think is necessary.
It's much more cosy for Brown to go and sit in a big stadium watching the Premier League under 21 match than going out to somewhere like Waterlooville on a Thursday night when it's freezing cold and pissing down the rain.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it is nice, yeah, to be able to sign these big name players. But yeah, it just we've seen it so many times it doesn't work out.
Is that the Matt Smith that was at Wimbledon, Lee?
Wasn't he? Isn't he Doctor Who, Matt Smith?
Big lump up front, good in the air. Is that him, or am I getting confused? I quite liked him when he played against us. I'm sure that was him who played. I know there's two Matt Smiths out there, aren't there? And I'm not sure if that's the one. I would be quite happy.
Fulham and Leeds, yeah.
He was the one. Was he the one that was at Oldham, scored the goal against Everton in the Cup or something a few years back? That must be him.
I don't remember it all.
Yeah, it must be him. No, the other one was the one I liked. Yeah, that's it.
Big lump, 6'5". Yeah, well, we're talking of big 6'5" lumps. We've got Innes to come back soon. So yeah, if necessary, we're going to.
Trouble is though, if you go with a 6'5" lump up front, what do you start doing? You just start humping the ball in the box all the time.
Exactly. Which we don't.
What style of football do you want? Do you want to play football? Or do you want to play hump it? I know you can mix and match.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about him to say whether he would do a job for us, but
he's played at this level.
Yeah.
So he understands this level.
So so has Adam King. He played all our season in League One and was really good apparently. So
who did he play for?
You just don't know. Crew.
And where'd they finish?
Exactly. I know Crew were rubbish, but
I was told he was after a striker and a left-footed centre back.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been told. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I keep hearing so many people just saying, we're Rangers never going to play for us. Personally, I don't agree with that at all. I don't see any reason why that's the case. I know he's suspended at the moment. It's suspended by the FA rather than by the club. I don't. No one seems to know why.
The FA can only suspend you for 3 reasons: racism or writing texts,
which
incorrect paperwork, or drugs.
What about betting?
No, well, betting, if you want betting, paperwork, betting, yeah, same sort of thing.
Well,
those are the three
same
things.
thing, is it? It's
Now, I
completely
think
different.
I think we can all work out which one of them three is likely to be with Ranger, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, it could be betting because at the end of the day, he needs to bet in order to be able to launder that old woman's money. So
Yeah, I don't think it's a big rumour, Lee. I think everybody knows pretty much that's what it is, mate. It's got to be, hasn't it?
But
Failed.
But what?
Allegedly.
Well, but what if it is drugs? Then what drugs are they? Because if he's just been smoking a bit of weed, well, I think players should get rewarded for that. It's hardly performance enhancing, is it? If you can still play football when you're a stoner.
No, zero tolerance of drugs. Zero tolerance. No drugs. Full stop.
Yeah, but
if he's had drugs, gone. Get rid of it.
No, I don't agree with that. It does depend. It depends totally on what drugs they are. Like first, second drug test, yeah. I mean, who knows? It could be anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if he has just had a bit of a smoke, well, all the players drink alcohol, and that is a hell of a lot worse. So, I think
you'll find a lot of players don't drink alcohol now, mate.
Well, no, but not all of them, but lots do. Probably the majority of them do. Well, but obviously, I don't know what it is. If it's anything else,
it's irrelevant what it is. It's irrelevant. If he has, he's out the door. End of story. I don't care who he is.
What about the likes of like all these Premier League players, like Sterling and players like that, who have been doing all that hippie crap? Just because at the time that wasn't illegal, so they weren't banned.
It wasn't illegal at the time, was it? So you can't ban them. You can't ban somebody for something that's illegal.
Yeah, but
you can't.
my point is, whatever, if it is drugs, and he is gonna get done for that. In my opinion, and I couldn't give a toss what the law says, because we all know just because something is legal or illegal, that doesn't mean that it's right. In my opinion, if, for example, and I have absolutely no reason to think that is the case, but if, for example, he's just had a bit of a smoke, and then so what, as far as I'm concerned. But if it's anything else, I mean, if he's going out every night injecting crack into his eyeballs or whatever, then that's a different matter. But I would just like to know what
that is just what I was going to come to, Lee. He's a professional footballer. He's got to be a role model to kids who, I don't care whether he plays at this level, Premier, wherever they play. They might be mugs, but they are. If he's done that, if he has been, it has to be in the last few weeks, doesn't it? It can't be any earlier than that. Otherwise, it would have come out sooner. So they've obviously suspended him for a reason. So if he has, don't want him in the football club. I don't agree with it. He should be out the door, gone. I don't care whether it's a bit of blow or whatever you want to call it, or whatever, anything.
Hang on, Timlin's been to prison. But he's still playing. You've never said you want him out.
Tim's been to prison.
Yeah, so that's clearly against the law. Doing stuff that's
not drugs, is it? It's
not
drugs.
But that's not setting a good role model, is it?
Back the car up a bit, right? Ranger came to us with a reputation. We've given him a chance. All right, apparently he's been good, gold, blah blah blah. But what's he done now?
Oh yeah, all I'm saying is. You're saying, if it is drugs, he absolutely must go straight away. He's got to be a role model, blah blah blah.
Yes.
And yet one of our favourite players has been to prison, and that's absolutely fine. He is a role model as well. Yeah, Ryan Innes didn't actually go to prison, but obviously he was sentenced originally. Again, they're just as much role models. So I would just like to know more about it, because I think there's too much. I largely blame the press, who largely don't know what they're talking about and just scaremonger. When someone just says the word drugs, and all of a sudden everyone just thinks of like the film Trainspotting, everyone doing the heroin and all the rest of it. You can't just class everything in that same way, and I would want to know a bit more about it. I don't think it's enough to just say it's drug related and that's that, in my opinion.
Drugs are drugs. Drugs are drugs, regardless. Absolutely regardless. He knows we're giving all this, give him the 3-year contract, he's out, whatever he's smoking, injected, whatever he's doing. I don't know. We don't know for sure.
We don't know it is drugs anyway. It's
certainly ain't performance enhancing, is it? Let's be honest.
No, I was on thin ice from the start, but everyone still says he's been brilliant ever since and all the rest of it. The thing is, if we get rid of him, then basically that's it for him, innit? I mean, he is completely screwed. Yes. Not just his career, but his entire life.
But also, you've got this fraud thing as well that he's admitted.
He hasn't admitted the money laundering though.
All right, that was before he came to us. I said that. Did the club know about it? I doubt it very much. But no, I'm sorry if it's Drake. No, you can't. It shouldn't be. He shouldn't be in the club, mate. We give him a chance, and he's just pissing up everybody's back. I'm sorry, that's what I think. But
as I said, I would want to know more about it. I mean, if you imagine, for example, say like, he'd just been in court. Obviously, he was getting a lot of grief. It was a bit of a nightmare. Say he just went home and had like a small glass of JD, for example, just to help him relax a bit. No one would have a problem with that at all. But if he had a spliff, then out, never want to see you back again. I don't think that's right. And again, I'm not saying that is the case, and that's just my opinion. All I'm saying is, if it is drugs, I want to know what drug. I want to know more about it, basically. So anyway,
it's drugs. Out the door, gone.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't tend to agree, Lee, that he won't change. I think if it is cannabis or whatever it is, then he's an idiot to himself, but he still shouldn't be allowed back in the football club. You can't have, I don't know, you give the guy a chance and he just keeps pissing on everybody that gives him a chance. Surely if he's sitting there puffing on it, whatever he's doing, he must know that he's doing something wrong. Or does he think that he's above the law and he's not going to get drug tested at some point down the line? He'll take a chance. How do we know he hasn't been doing it for the last 6 months? It's just they haven't tested him.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's all speculation at the moment anyway. So, well, anyway, I think that should be enough of the Ranger situation until we know a bit more about it anyway. So, we're agreed that we do need another striker. Which obviously, we are looking for.
How far down do you go though, Lee? How far down would you go? National? Ryman?
It's hard to say. I mean, obviously you do get players every so often that are that low that then, like Jamie Vardy, for example. Eastwood, when we picked him up from Grays. Players like that who can just go straight up to even Lookman today as well. I know he's not from non-league, but I mean, gone from Charlton straight to Everton's first team, came on a sub and scored. Fantastic. And I don't know. I mean, I think if there's anyone that low down who is likely to make an impact, then other clubs are going to be all over him, aren't they?
The guy at Harlow you're talking about, Lee, he moved on this week, didn't he? He put in a transfer request. I think he's gone. I can't think what his name is because I've got some friends who follow Harlow, and I think he's left there. But yeah, just get him in and give him a try, give him a go. They couldn't be worse than some of the people we've had in there, surely.
Yeah, and
but that's not Brown's style, is it? Brown, he just likes all these fancy players from the Premier League that have never played at this level and never got dirty. They've never been kicked by a proper player.
Yeah. I mean, we've had so many players that are like young strikers on loan from Premier League teams in the past, and how many of them have been any good?
None.
Assombalonga.
Well, yeah, sorry, yeah.
But for every Assombalonga, you've had a dozen. Can't even remember any names. Corley Woodrow, albeit he then got in Fulham's first team when he left us. I don't understand.
Anthony Jermaine.
Antonio German. Yeah. And we had another one at the same time as him.
The guy with the double-barreled surname.
And Jack Sanson as well from Bolton when they were in the Prem. So many of them, and yeah, they've all been utterly useless. So I would definitely look like, well, Pickett will always be a legend. But his brother at Dagenham, yeah, it could be worth a look. You never know. But anyway, I think, as is often the case, people often accuse us of being somewhat negative when we're doing really well. Obviously, it's not us; it's only Shane. But yeah, at the end of the day, we are on a fantastic run at the moment, and I think we all need to appreciate that. And I mean, I've said
we've all got to support Bristol City this week, because we need Fleetwood to lose, because we've booked the weekend in Blackpool. Bloody Fleetwood.
So well, I really don't want to go there on a Tuesday night anyway.
No.
I mean, before yesterday's game, I did say that I was saying that even if, the period of 5 games we've got, starting with Sheffield United, all against the 5 teams above us, I genuinely think that yeah, good cop, bad cop. I'll see him on the good one.
Only when I can get a word in, because he don't bloody shut up, does he? He's like that Duracell bloody bunny.
I've completely forgot what I was talking about now.
Yeah,
that's why you keep interrupting me. What was I talking about? I actually think, even if we'd ended up losing all 5 of those games, are you a tenner? I don't even remember that. No, anyway, I think if we had lost all of those 5, obviously we would have slipped down a bit, but I still think when you look at the form that we've been in recently and how we started the season, I still think we'll have enough to finish in the playoffs anyway. But obviously getting a win yesterday, I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, we're still right up there. And I mean, where do you think we're going to finish the season, honestly?
Mid-table.
Really?
Yeah, I've said it all along, I'll stick to mid-table. I think as the Christmas decorations come down, we'll start going down. Yeah. I'm pleased in one respect that Ranger is out of the equation for the time being, because Brown is forced to go 4-4-2 because we don't have any other strikers. Simple as that. Because Williams got out on loan, so he's got no strikers. So he's got to go 4-4-2. If we had all 3 of them, he probably would have changed it again yesterday to accommodate them all. You know, I know he keeps on about formations. Yeah, they do. Players love 4-4-2. It suits us. It suits our style of football. Yeah,
but the thing is, pretty much no one plays 4-4-2 in the Premier League, and obviously Brown thinks he's a Premier League level manager. But anyway, again, we're starting to sound negative. We should be celebrating the fact that we're doing well. Shane thinks we're going to finish mid-table. I think I'll be horrified if we don't make the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, we are definitely good enough to make the playoffs. Absolutely, 100%.
We are definitely good enough.
Well, don't get me wrong. I don't expect to win them. Absolutely no chance. As far as I'm concerned, promotion is not an option. I can't see us win the playoffs at all.
Say that?
I expect us to be in the playoffs.
I'll get word in a minute. Did you see that about what Sean Goat said the other day in the paper?
Yeah, and I did think he was talking a lot of crap. Some
Really?
of what he said made sense. But,
So some of it makes sense, but the bits you don't agree with are talking a load of crap.
Yeah.
He should come and listen to you for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, what he was saying about Phil Brown, I assume that's one of the main things that
that's just what I was going to say.
You're referring to. Yeah, well, he reckons that if we don't go up, Brown will leave. Well,
he thinks there's a chance he'll leave.
One of the reasons I've said for a while that I don't think he's going to quit is simply because with him, we all know it's all about improving his CV and all the rest of it. And if he does well for us, that's why he was never going to quit at the start of the season when we were doing rubbish, because then no one's going to want him. But if we do make the playoffs but don't go up, then I'm sure there will be other teams interested in him, and who knows? I mean, I think he's currently the 8th longest serving manager in the league.
He's a lucky boy.
And knowing what it's like in a year's time, that's more likely to be 3rd or something like that.
But it's a joke the way these managers keep moving around from club to club, isn't it? Absolutely. John Sheridan gone back to Oldham for the 3rd time. Failed at Newport, failed at Notts County. Oh, I know, I'll go back to Oldham. Will have me back.
Yeah. Well,
just in Edinburgh.
Well, yeah. Well, we talk about managers going back. Martin Allen has just left Barnet for the 5th time.
Yeah.
What the chances of him going back? And he's left to join Eastleigh, a non-league. What the chances of him going back to Barnet at some point?
Well, there you go.
So it's absolutely mad. But
So you reckon the playoffs, Lee? I'm saying, well, fair enough. Who are we going to dislodge though? Who are we going to replace in the top 7?
Fleetwood.
They're on a good roll at the moment, mate. He's
got. Well, it's hard to say. You know, I wouldn't actually be surprised at all if Bradford didn't end up dropping out, because I mean they have had some dodgy results. They're only 3 points above us now in 4th, and yes, if we get a striker, yes, yeah, obviously we beat the 3-0 our place. It would be a bit of a shame because I wouldn't mind actually playing Bradford in the playoffs. I think. Yeah, out of any of the other teams that are in there at the moment, I wouldn't particularly fancy our chances against any of them in the playoffs, to be honest. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bradford missed out. Fleetwood have been a bit of a surprise package. So have Rochdale, but then I can't see Rochdale messing it up. Yeah, small squad. Yeah, you don't know. I mean, obviously that geezer sent off yesterday will be suspended.
Yeah, you say that, Lee, but we were a small squad when we got promoted out of this division.
Yeah, so
if the players, you keep the players fit, it's the same team week in, week out, mate. You make the odd change here and there, but that's what it's all about. So I can't see us breaking into that top 7 anytime soon. I think we've had that.
We need to be in the top 6. We're already in the top 7, but we need to be in the top 6.
Charlton, Swindon, they were games that we should have picked up maximum points in.
Yeah, but as we were saying earlier, how many times have there been a game like that where you think, well, yeah, we really should have got the 3 points, not just the 1? And then the next day, like the next game, they then that team then goes and absolutely thrashes somewhere else. Look at some of the results yesterday.
You and me both, mate. You and me both. He was a big old boy.
He was. Yeah, I didn't recognise him. Was he like not their normal first choice or whatever? I didn't notice what number he was, but yeah. Yeah, but yeah, he was a big guy, wasn't he? Yeah. Imagine if they signed Akin Fenwell up front as well. That would just be brilliant. Or like if you played against them, like it'd be like sumo wrestling, wouldn't it? Whenever they have a chance. Yeah, but
I'm just picturing you as a supermodel, Lee, going down the catwalk, mate.
Oh, please, no, I don't want that image in my head. No offence, Lee, but I really don't want that image in my head.
In your high heels.
Yeah, so anyway, well, we've been rabbiting on for nearly 40 minutes now, so...
Bolton, Saturday.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
Big test. As long as he leaves it alone, lets us go out there and do what we normally do, 4-4-2, I think we've got a chance.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I mean, we got a great 1-1 draw at their place early in the season. Yeah, all right then, I'll tell you what, Lee, if we get promoted, then you have to appear on here one episode dressed as a supermodel. Scott will be here in his what do we call it?
Mankini.
Mankini thing.
I'll be here in my underwear.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'll find so. I'll wear my kinky turtle outfit, which is in that cupboard there. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so right, prediction then for Saturday.
I think we'll be all right. I don't think we'll lose. That's what I'll say.
So you wanna say a score?
I think it could be a 1-1.
Well, I was going to say 1-1 as well, so I can't possibly agree with Shane again. So I will say, what the hell, 2-2. Yeah, I definitely, I just can't really see us losing. I think Sheffield United was just a bit of a freak, but yeah, can't really see us losing at the moment. And yeah, I know you said, yeah, we've drawn a lot of games that we should have won, but Saturday, when you look at Saturday, it's one of those games. I mean, those that last minute goal could make a huge difference at the end of the season. So
yes,
there we go. So anything else you want to say?
No, onwards and upwards.
Absolutely, yeah, or onwards and downwards in your
we'll keep you informed.
Your opinion, because you think we're going to finish mid-table.
Got a meeting Thursday. The trust have got a meeting with Ron Thursday, a liaison meeting with Ron, so that could be quite interesting. So if there's anything worthwhile telling you from him, I will bring it up next Sunday. Yeah, so tune in to us. I like your positivity, Lee. You are definitely the anti-Shane. So anyway, yeah, thanks everyone.
And
see you next week.
yeah, we will see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.